But let's talk about yesterday. Let's talk about what happened. So E-Rob, it was maybe in the evening, 5, 6 o'clock. It was announced that he would be moving on to Syracuse. Shortly thereafter, it was announced by Hayes Fawcett that Walter Nolen was going to enter the transfer portal. So I'm going to pull up that post for you. I'm making an example here of maybe the way that the national media looks at A&M and wants to discuss A&M. So this hasn't been confirmed by anyone else other than Hayes Fawcett, and Nolen also retweeted this post or reposted this post in his Instagram story. He's not officially in the portal yet. We learned later on in the day. Steve Wiltfong said that Elko and Walter Nolen's family met today at Texas A&M or over Zoom. We're not sure how it happened, but they met, and his father has indicated that Texas A&M is as good a target as any when you're talking about where he might end up. So, obviously, this is the name, this is the move that got Aggie Land on edge. Understandably so. Starter, the highest rated recruit Texas A&M has ever gotten, I believe. I believe he even edged out Myles Garrett in his 247 composite rating. He's a starter. He had a really strong start to the season, recording, I think, 4 sacks between the start of the season to the Alabama game. Obviously, this is not a move we wanted to see. With E-Rob leaving, you really fear for that defense and that defensive line specifically. So this was the first domino to fall, but has it really fallen? Not really. Not yet. I'm not saying he's staying. I'm just saying hold your horses. Just wait a second. Bobby Taylor, okay, I want to back up for a second. We're talking about what college kids are tweeting. That's where we are in the world now. We're here discussing, breaking down what college-age kids are tweeting. But that's what makes up what we love so much, and that's Aggie football. So this is the name of the game now. I mean, it's like a hybrid professional / amateur sporting arena. I don't know. College football's crazy right now. I don't even know what to make of it. But this is what Bobby tweeted. And of course, Hayes Fawcett was the one to repost it, make it maybe something bigger than it was. No way 2 years ago you could have told me Jimbo would be fired, coaches leave, and half the class dip. How'd that happen? People are really highlighting the half the class dip. To me, he's being facetious there. You did lose quite a bit of players last year, especially in the room that he plays in. You lost 4 DBs to the portal last year. And of course, Bobby's one of the most vocal Aggies, one of the most supportive Aggies on the team right now. And he's just thinking out loud to me here. But it's just crazy that a simple tweet from a player gets reposted by one of the most reputable names, if you will, in the college football / recruiting realm. Obviously, this started a firestorm. Everyone's retweeting this. Longhorns are having a heyday. Of course, they're having the biggest heyday they could ever have, given that they made the playoff. We'll talk about the playoff later today, too. But more importantly than this, Evan Stewart commented on it. I saw it coming freshman year when I didn't get paid $1 from A&M, but sliced bread had y'all thinking we were all millionaires. If y'all don't remember, sliced bread was the name of a forum user that talked about this huge structure that Texas A&M was utilizing to pay their players, $1 million salary cap, something like that, where all the players were getting a certain salary, very much in sync with Texas A&M. This was sliced bread on, I believe, a Notre Dame forum. And that made waves back in the day. Of course, Jimbo shot that down whenever it came up. But many people took this as Evan Stewart complaining that he wasn't given the money he was promised by coming to A&M. I didn't read it like that, and I don't think Evan Stewart's in a position to be bad-mouthing his program like this. Evan Stewart's been rumored to be a candidate for the transfer portal for a couple of weeks now. But he hasn't entered the portal, and he could have over the last couple of weeks. You have to believe he wanted to see things play out, see what the coach hire would be, see what the OC hire would be. And then he posts this, and people ran with it. It made waves in social media. To me, and what it actually meant was that these players actually wanted to come play at A&M despite the millions they were supposed to be making. But people took this the wrong way, man. I'm waiting for the articles. I'm waiting for this to hit First Take. I'm waiting for Stephen A. Smith to talk about how A&M committed fraud with their NIL collectives. No. Case Smith, lover or hater, Casey Smith, however you say her name, tweeted, am I crazy to think that official Evan meant I went to Texas A&M because I actually wanted to play football there, not just because I was promised a bunch of money to go there, and everyone is twisting it to mean something entirely different? And Evan Stewart quote tweeted it saying, you, Casey, are amazing at your profession. Kind of agreeing with what she was saying. And he's had a couple of posts like that since then. I won't bore you with all of those details. We've dissected college-age tweets enough. That, to me, is a good sign that Evan Stewart may just be locked into this Texas A&M team. We saw in a Texags interview last week that Connor Wigman is also locked into this Texas A&M team. This offense is locked into this Texas A&M team for now. You got a couple of big hires coming up. But this was a big pump the brakes moment when Evan clarified what he meant by this comment that went absolutely viral. So this is what I'm saying, guys. Pump the brakes. We have Evan Stewart out here dousing the flames. We need to slow down. We have to trust Elko at least for now, man. I mean, there are a lot of people jumping off the ship already. A week in. Let this thing play out. We've seen countless images of Mike Elko visiting various Texas high schools, getting face-to-face with coaches, shaking hands, kissing babies, making friends, building reputation. I think Elko is building something here, and until we have seen otherwise over a significant stretch of time, we need to slow down and trust the process. Let this man cook. Give him some time.